Anyways, let's do some shooting. Oh, beautiful. Hello, hello, hello. I got a little bit distracted there and thought that I completely missed it. The end of the intro had come along. I hope you are well. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. We've had an afternoon from Aussie. We've had a good morning from Kangaroo. We are worldwide. Paul, families, yes, they're nothing but a nightmare. So, hope you are well anyway, though. Stuff. Good. Hi, Thaddeus. I presume that's how you pronounce it. Of course, it's too hot for coffee, Sten. It's too hot for everything. It's nearly too hot to stream. My computer has been blowing hot all afternoon because it's so damn hot. It's not even that hot here. I don't do heat, so I am melting. I could do with one of them makeup ladies to come and, like take the sheen off my head, all that, because I'm a bit shiny. I can see I'm a bit shiny. It's too bloody warm today. I think it's going to be hotter, even hotter tomorrow. It's still not even that hot. But anyways, I hope you are all well, and thank you all very much for coming along to this evening, this afternoon, this morning, wherever you are. Always appreciate it. And aye. So we are getting towards halfway through August already. Roll on September, when hopefully the kids are away back to school and I can get the countryside back to, not myself, but things to be a little bit quieter. Then I can get out and start making videos again, because I feel like I can't get out much at the minute because it's so busy. So yes, I'm all well apart from being a bit hot, a bit warm. It's a bit clammy. We were promised thunderstorms. They've had them further south. We were promised thunderstorms yesterday, today, tomorrow. It's looking like it's going to be dry till Friday. Typical. So I'm doing lots and lots of hydration, just trying to keep myself alive and hydrated and all that. So it's all a bloody nightmare. Right. Hello to everybody in the chat. I'm sorry I'm struggling to get through names and stuff. Good evening, Tomek. Good evening, Tony. Rad Photo Zoom. I'm very well, thank you. 50mm Landscapes. Great name. Yeah, I hope it cools off soon. I think they're talking. Well, so was it Thursday? I think the wind's going to turn into the north, so we're gonna be dropping down to about 15 degrees, which is about my kind of level of summer I can cope with. Hello, Lee, all the way from sunny Washington, D.C. I bet it's even hotter over there. Hi, Jerome. You'll be absolutely stifling where you are, I'd imagine. Hi, Kazi. Hope you're well. And good evening, Aileen. I hope you're doing well as well. Right, that's finally got all that out of the way. Stuff that's coming up. Last week I did mention that I'd recorded a podcast and that I'd say I may well release it. Well, I think it was about Wednesday when I did actually release it. So it is out there. I've forgotten where I've put it though. I haven't got anything to show you where it is, and I didn't include it in the description either, which is a bit of a mistake. Bad marketing on my front. But yes, you can listen to that podcast, which I thought would never see the light of day. You can listen to that at aftertheclick.podbean.com. Let me see if I can bring it up on screen for you. Let's have a butcher's. Paul, if you're in Heathrow, that's always the place where it's the hottest place in the country. So I have deepest sympathies for being down there, because it'll be boiling. It's probably about 10 degrees warmer than what is here. Right, what am I doing? Screen share. That one. There you go. Podbean.com, and after the click. Give it a listen if you want to listen to me ramble on for even longer. It's had 29 listens already, so thank you to everybody who's actually who's listened, and I've even got a few followers on there as well. Fantastic. So very good. So yeah, thank you everybody who's found it and listened to it already. It's very generous of your time. The other thing went out, my newsletter went out. Maybe I can actually find that as well and run through that on screen. Where the hell do I put these things? August. Yeah, so this month's newsletter went out. If you're not subscribed to my newsletter, get on it. You can find details at my website. There's about 10 holes you can put in your details throughout the website to get subscribed. So yes, there's this month's newsletter, lots of new images, offers, news, print of the month, which you'll be able to see just over my shoulder there. A shot of Norham, so that's available. Blah blah blah. Usual ramblings. There you go. So yeah, if you don't subscribe yet, you can actually download it. Just head to my website, look under the About heading bit, and you will find details there and download links for them all, if you so wish. Right, so let's crack on with image editing. Yeah, screen's on fine. Right, so this is a little image that I made last night. I made an image for the ICM photo mag earlier in the week and recorded a video for it, an exclusive video for ICM photo mag. And I did like a boring edit of this location. So last night I thought I'd do something a little bit wild. So yeah, lots of inverted colours and all that kind of good stuff. It came out like this, and I was reasonably happy with it last night. Now, I'm a bit borderline, but that's just the usual way for me. So anyways, tonight, if you've listened to my podcast, or maybe you've read my my ramblings in my newsletter, then one of the things I mentioned was a problem I had when I went out to photograph this church, which is this. So this church, lovely church stuck in the hills. You can see from these initial few shots. Tricky to get anything from, as you may notice. Nothing from this angle was protruding above the horizon line, because it's up in the hills. So it all makes this, trying to make sense of all this stuff in the foreground, pretty tricky. So I had to work pretty hard to get some good data. There's a better view of it. Hills behind it, very limited opportunities to get some decent ICM movement. So I did pick out some shots. They were pretty terrible, I've got to admit. My hit rate was very, very low on these, but I did try to find any. So basically tonight is just to see if I can actually make something from these pretty terrible, difficult conditions that I found myself photographing in. So I think I'm probably going to use some of these ones. Let's start with that one and work our way through to, yeah, probably these 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, then 5. So starting from there, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, right, okay. So yeah, basically what I had to do to photograph these, I had to really tighten up on my movement to try to use what little bit of sky I had to position, you know, contrasting shapes around about the body of the church. So it's kind of why I picked this one, because it kind of cuts out into this side, and then this frame because all the light cuts in around that end of the church as well. So I had to be really, really tight on my movement. None of this haphazard flinging it all over the place. So I had to work hard. It took a lot of bloody dedication. And and like I say, if you listen to me podcast, you will have heard that I thought I dislocated a finger, or the end of the finger. I was just waiting for the pain to strike. So there you go. Right, so in the develop module, as per normal. Hi Anne, hope you are well. Welcome along to the stream. So I'll just see what things. The other problem with these is it's August and everything's very, very green. Like that very sickly, vivid green. And it's a bit of a problem. For kind of colour balancing, it's a bit awkward. Might have to spec these on site. See how we get on. So noise reduction right up. Basic adjustments. Got a landscape. You see how that green is there. Actually, I'm not going to go landscape. Just leave it as colour. It's lost some detail in the sky, which is not a bad thing. Because really my main concern is what's going on in here. I'm not that bothered about what's in the sky this evening. So let's add a bit of contrast. Obviously just to try to get a bit of detail out of this. Not really bothered about shadows and highlights. Not going to do much there at all. Maybe just a little bit of highlight recovery. Drop the blacks. It's kind of, there's a bit of detail and stuff in the foreground. Keep forgetting we've got the texture sliders. Probably going to leave texture out. Maybe even remove some, just so we've got that more painterly, smudged, smoother kind of stuff. So we'll see how that works out. And then it's kind of just tweaking the hue of these bloody greens. That's better. More warmer cast. Yeah, right. I think it's a reasonable start. Just knock them greens back a little bit, because I feel like they're overbearing anyway. Right, dust spots. Usual suspects. Don't copy that one there, fool. Get 2 there. once. Hi Diane, I hope you're well. Good to see you back. Right, it looks fairly clean. It'll do anyway. Am I going to do anything else to that? Probably do most of the work afterwards. So we will just sink all that across. The other problem with this heat is I've got two massive lights sitting here. Aren't helping matters. Right, well, that'll sync die, yeah. Right. Into Photoshop, you lot go. So what's everybody been up to then this week? I'm finding the weeks are just flying by. I can't get anything done. Videos take forever to edit. Calendars take forever to get started. Newsletters take forever to get to finalise. Still never getting around to getting on to possibly specking out the amended book, which again, if you, I can't remember, did I mention it last week in the stream? I think I did, but in my newsletter I mentioned it. But yeah, made contact with the publisher of my book, which came out 3 years ago, and it's might, you know, if the numbers work out, might do something to allow those that missed out on the first batch a chance to get a few very limited copies. So keep an eye out for that if you aren't already. Right then, let's see what this brings about. Right. The way I kind of put the image together, I was kind of thinking lighting anyway. Four weeks rebuilding your kitchen. That sounds like hard work, that's then. I hope it's going well for you though anyway. Simon, it must be hell down there. I mean, I'm complaining like anything, and it's probably about 23, 24, yeah. I think it's meant to be, and I think it's meant to be a degree or two warmer tomorrow, but it's the major heat down south, where Paul is, and of course where you are, Simon. So I think I would be a puddle on the floor if it went above 30 odd. I usually can't stand more than 22, 23. I just stop working, stop functioning, don't do anything. So I'm just melting. So yeah. Yes, there's Paul. Yes, that's the Kozu book, or Kozu book, or whatever you want to call it. Yes, might be doing a few extra copies for anybody that may well have missed out all those years ago. Quite right, Aileen. Yeah, Aberdeen's not a great place at the minute. Lots of issues with lockdown up there, and especially the footballers. I noticed Nicola was giving them hell today. So, which is a bit bloody stupid that Celtic player flying to bloody Spain to start with, and then not doing anything when he came back. It's bloody irresponsible. Who do they think they are? But yeah. Oh, that's good, Jerome. Yeah, I mean, I live in a fairly dark area. Dark sky area. It's near a dark sky park, so you get some great dark skies. Funnily enough, so it's, you know, this part of the world have really tried to sell it as a potential area for astro stuff, which is good because it brings on more money and all that to the area. Well, yeah, I'm like when it gets to 22 degrees for me, Simon, I just stop functioning. I just quit what I'm doing, try to find somewhere cool, open the fridge, start eating ice cream. Now, like, keep on, like, mother keeps on saying, are you coming outside? I'm like, no, it's too bloody hot. I'm going to stay indoors where it's cold. It's not even cold indoors, it's clammy indoors as well. Horrid. Not much fun at all. Right, you are going to positioned about there. So, right, the problem is, there's not really a problem. Actually, if I take that one away, that's maybe better, because it gives you that ridge line there, which is better. We could maybe even this one. Maybe just fade this out. Excuse me. Yeah, that's fine. Maybe this bottom layer. Maybe just drop the opacity. Or mask some of that out. So we can be a little bit more selective in where these are. So we've got a little bit more foreground. Something like that. So we've got a bit more church. That kind of works well. Yeah, you're right, Kangaroo. That's a good thing. But is that not hard for being in California? Not liking the heat? Because to me, California, unless you get down to certain areas, certainly wintertime, but is California not like a really, really hot state? Well, in certain areas anyway. I think you had a successful time then, Simon. Hi, Nicholas. Nicholas, it was mainly because the way I usually move my camera around, I use the sky as a defining shape, so I can, like, all this light into the left-hand side and the light into the right-hand side. I usually use that, but my first few attempts, because of the way this church was situated, it was like in the hills. So the horizon line is very, very high. So it was very much harder to get light around the buildings in a certain way. So I had to concentrate harder, basically. I had to move more in a more controlled manner. So that's why it didn't suit my style, because I like subjects that protrude well above the horizon line, so I can use all that light. And you know, when you're looking down a slope at a building which is below a hill which is higher on the other side, with ICM it tends to just disappear in the movement of the camera. So that's why it didn't suit my style. So I had to really concentrate, really had to shore up the techniques and the timings and the pivot points in the image to really concentrate, and a lot of effort and a lot of thrown away. Well, not thrown away images, but a lot of images that just don't work. So managed to find 5. That's what we're working on now. Yeah, hopefully it'll be an image in my style by the end. So yes, hopefully. So Sten, you're a madman. But then again, lots of people love the heat, so yeah, not fun. We're not built for heat. Our buildings aren't built for heat. So Yeah, you people that like the heat, fair enough. Get on with it. Ooh, 41 degrees C in October. That's just, yeah, the world's going mad. That's kind of rough. Alright. Do I like that with or without? You know, I like that. That's fine. Okay. Right then. We have got so far. I'm just going to chop that bottom off there. Yeah. Roughly. Not being precise with this. So yes, we have, with this image, we obviously have a lot of light. So we're going to have to do some extraordinary work here. Obviously, you know I like to work with warm tones, so I'm just going to add in some colour. Yeah, just a hue blend mode. So that was a layer of colour using the paint bucket tool. Blend mode, hue, reduce the opacity to taste. Yeah, well, you get proper winters, Peter. So yes, I do. I don't like the extreme cold either. Not for a long period, anyway. I don't mind the odd -10 if it only lasts a day or two, but I don't think I could cope with much more longer than that. Alright, what have we got? Don't want to go too red straight away. Well, you could start looking to be a little bit wilder. Right. Just going to bring that down a bit. Playing with curves. That seems to work to a point. Right, let's see what Analog Efex Pro does. Into there, see what the presets suggest. Make a choice. Do some spinning around and see what happens. I may well have made a bit of an error here by surrounding both sides with light, because we are going to have a lot less pixels in the middle to be able to work with for the double exposure module and that kind of thing. But we'll see what we get. We might get a few ideas. See ya, and thanks for dropping in. Stay safe. Right. So that one looked quite nice. Looks kind of old watercolor kind of thing. Yeah, I might return to that one. Let's see what else we might have. This one looks an interesting shape. Not sure. Looked better from a distance, as a lot of these always do. That's just a mess. Yeah, no. Bit of detail in this one. Oh, the dry humour. Ooh. See, when we get to this kind of situation, you can start filling in the sky with whatever was part of the image. So it starts looking a little bit like clouds. So that very empty sky suddenly fills in a little bit. A bit of a balance there. I'm just playing here. I'm not making any firm decisions with this yet. Not even sure I'm going to carry on with this one. Let's have a look at this one. Evidently not, because I've skipped it. Interesting. Nope. 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 What was the one before? Just all of a sudden look better. With a bit of repositioning, that could look a lot better. If I change the zoom strength to there, see, we've now got this little line here. It's softened in now. Well, almost like a lead in. So that's kind of tone the, you know, the whole image. Quite like this because it looks quite watercolor, you know, like a bit of a watercolor paint. There's another one coming up, so I think I might just save this one as an option. If I lift that further up, yeah, right. Exposure balance. How does that affect that? No, it needs to be back there. That's fine. Okay, we can kind of crop around that. Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah. Gonna come back into this because there's a couple more there that I'm looking at. Could do something with. I didn't particularly want to lose that one, so we will go back into Analog Efex Pro. Oh, so warm. Rain, goddammit. Rain. Just know when to stop, though, that's the only thing. Right then, back down the list. Geez, we went in G's, Grassmere. See, that's an interesting mark there. Now if I could just sort out the brightness and stuff around about here. There we go. This thing of thingies. This collection of sliders, rather. If we contrast back there, brightness down. Excuse me. Now bringing the brightness down has really changed this. Now if we get rid of the lens vignette, no, didn't do much. Thought it might have done. So go halfway on the brightness. Right, that's a little bit better. Reduce the detail extraction. What's that do? That makes it nice. Add in a little bit more, just so we don't get rid of it completely. Lens vignette, lighten that, yeah. Right, okay, so that's, so use the, go positive on the lens vignette, because the lens, you know, so it's adding white rather than adding black. So it's a light vignette. Maybe even move that up. There. Okay. Ooh. Now with the levels and curves adjustment, that looks even... There's something about that I quite like. Right, so there's a lot of... There's a few tweaks there. So if we... There isn't a opacity slider for the curve, levels and curves layer, so... Or tool set, whatever you want to call it, so you can kind of sweeten it to the point that you like. Now what I would like to do is bring it... So we notice on the histogram here, we've got lots and lots of light here. Which I think there is actually data there. It's not completely blown out and clipping. It would just be nice if there was a bit more something in there. But I really like that mark there. I think that's pretty cool. I like that. I like it a lot. So, do I... No, we can come back to this if I want to go back to it. Yeah. Right. Happy with that one. So I'm going to OK that and come out. I could have created a new preset and then just kind of gone back into it if I wanted to. But where's the fun in that? I'm still on, aye. You're still going. How long are we on? Shouldn't be using that. That browser should have been off. Right. Yeah, I'm gonna have another look in here. We're gonna have several versions tonight. It's one of them images. Actually, recently a lot of my images I've got about. If you make about 10 versions from the same image, then you've got even more choice to which ones you're going to keep or post or whatever. That seems to be the way I'm working recently. Just keep on going down different avenues, see where it's going to lead me. This Golden Mist, I'm sure I could do just to see where we can manoeuvre the that second exposure around, and it might do something nice. Maybe not. Maybe we only worked the once. Right, so that was the Grassmere one. Yeah, that was fine. That came out alright. This one I kind of looked... That's more grungy. It's more aged. Isn't it? There's your angle. You can see there's stuff in the sky now. We can probably brighten it all. Yes, because you can see it's very dark. Brightness has come right down. Drop the contrast a lot. Drop the saturation a lot. You add in the saturation, it goes a bit horrible. Yeah. Leave the saturation down there, just to add in a little bit more brightness. Go with the grunge a little bit there. So lens vignette, yeah, we'll probably go rectangular, darker. There's a wee little bit bigger. Yeah, something like that maybe. Yeah, drop the fadedness of it. It gives it a bit more. It is very much more, because of where it is. It's a real like rural community up in the hills, and whenever I think of that particular location and that area, I kind of think back to the 30s and 40s, 20s kind of style. Where I knew what my dad would be going to places like this, and always get that feeling of everything being browner and darker. And why is my lights flickering? Not thundery out there, is it? No such luck. Yeah, so it gives us that feeling of them olden days. Fall of the House of Usher. Never heard of that, Peter. Although I did work on a estate that was owned by the Ushers, probably different ones. Yeah, I think you're right, Jerome. I would like to lighten it a little bit. A little bit more atmospheric. Just a wee bit. Yeah, I think we'll probably just kind of crop that kind of stuff out then. Okay, thank you very much, Peter. Nice that somebody's educating me, because I am the most. When it comes to literature, I am terrible. Yeah, something like that. I'm happy with that, and we'll kind of do some creative cropping to deal with all this hole, and there's not a lot going on down here as well. Right, before I come out of there again, any other presets take my fancy? Oh, that one looks cool in a weird way. That one again, like earlier on, that looks fun. Right, let's save this one and get this and come back in. How many images can we make today, Andy? Not too many more. It's 8:15. Right, that's that one in. Back into here. Can you all hear my computer, by the way, whirring away rather loudly? struggling in the heat. I'm sure everybody's given up because all I'm doing is talking about the heat. I'm like, oh, he's just on about how warm it is. For God's sake, Andy, shut up. What's that one like? Apart from this blob here, might have worked. Nah. That was the one I was looking at. Very different. The one problem I have is that anything slightly off-white renders as green on my screen, and this image is surrounded by green, which is kind of off-putting because I don't know what the colours are. It's either that or I'm going colourblind. Can you go colourblind? Even that, yeah, there was something about that when I first saw it. Let's make you bigger. Bring you further in. Let's change the exposure balance. Nah. It not gonna work. Not gonna work. Nope. Right, some of my newer ones. Excuse me. Then there was that one. Is that sky turning a bit more ominous? Just sounded like I'd heard rattles, that's all. So this one straight out the box looks kind of fun. Yeah, quite like that one as another option. Just needs that a little bit manoeuvring to get the best from it. A little bit of blur, soften that edge. There we go. That's, you know, like chop the bottom off. Nice little straightforward little watercolor kind of thing. Lovely. Yeah, happy with that as another option. So now the fun part is then those 5 I've just made, let's blend them together and see what happens. Just for a giggle. So just for laughs, let's just stick all this into all these layers into a folder, turn that off, turn these 4 on. I thought I'd done 5, oh well, 4. Blend these together and see what happens. You know, because sometimes it gives you another option as well. This one isn't going to be... no, not today. Right, then which one are we going to crop first? Because I don't want to save 27 versions. Excuse me. What the hell with it? Right, I'm just going to save this one. And then I'll save each layer individually after that. I'll have to look into that one, Tony. Church of Overs by Van Gogh. I will have to have a look. All right, Ozzy, thank you very much for calling and dropping in. I know you're usually busy on these ones and can't stay along, so your attendance is very, very much appreciated, mate. Look after yourself, and we'll catch up with you soon. Right. By the way, is Justin still in here? Or did he go? Right, that's that one saved. Get out the bloody way. Flatten. Save as. Do. Save. Quicker than that, right? Undo. Flatten. Save as. Save. Z. Save as, and then 4. And that should have them all in Lightroom there. Yeah. Where is it? Set rating 3 stars. Yeah, I think you meant this one, Tomek. I think it is probably. I presume you mean this one. Probably is the most balanced. There's not the dead space isn't quite as dead. But yeah, I think this one probably is. Let's create a virtual copy. When a virtual copy of them all? No, just that one. Right. Uncheck. Right. So a bit of a crop of this. I don't know how many of these are going to work as a 1x1. This one you can't, because you can just make out that tombstone. No, the softer one. Sorry, Tomac. But anyways, we are cropping this one at the minute, so we will carry on. For the moment, shut up phone. $16.9. Oh, Bennett, excuse me. That one kind of works about there. Right, this one. Let's have a go. Create virtual copy. I think this one will work as a 1x1. You can just bring that in there. Looks canny. I do need to sort the colour of this out because I don't like the green. I presume it's green. Yeah, it's going to take some finer balance than that. I'll sort that out in due course if I decide to go any further into it. So can we get another version out of this one? We put 4x5. I don't know if it's just me, but I tend to, for where the door is, because when you crop this way, you know, it's the buildings it's still in a nice position, and you've got this stuff here on the right hand side, but because I know the door is about here, I immediately want to give more balance to the image on the side where you would be entering into. Is that weird? Or is that just me? Or what? I don't know. Might just be me being weird. Because it does work that way. But I know for a fact there's no door on that side. So it makes me feel weird. Too wide. That kind of works. Then just cropping in a little bit, I think has helped quite a bit there. Right, this one was the first one, and usually, as per usual with me, the first one, it's never quite as good. Always do a little bit more work, further more options, and it's kind of working better. Let's try 4x5 vertical on this one, Tony. Work in that, nice. Probably lighten that side a little bit. Let's just have a little tweak. Oh, it's changing the colours, that's the problem here. Maybe you can get away with that a little bit more. Lighten this side. Ease that back. Something a little bit like that. Hi, Gillian. No worries. You can always catch up with the rest later on if you want, if you have time. Yeah, it's that's fine. It does work, I think. Does it work with these ones? Because this one's a bit more looser. Doesn't have that line into it. So 4x5 vertical crop. Actually, would that then be distracting that little notch in the foreground? Kind of drags the eye, doesn't it? And bring that in about there. Yeah, kind of works. Thanks for the suggestion. Right. Yeah, I mean this one. I didn't make a virtual copy, did I? Let's get a reset. And this one. I mean, they're all come from the same image, so the same problems are apparent. I mean, this one I did kind of formulate with this line in, so we can kind of maybe go a little bit more dramatic. Crop in lower. I think that works. It works. Pity about the image. Right, this one. Kind of left this one to last. How much light have we got on this side? So there's nothing clipping. So we do have data out there. I just have no idea what colour it is. Bloody eyes. Barely moved. I think this is a prime candidate for your vertical, crop. Like so. And obviously a square crop for the Instagrams. Now do I crop out lots of that light area? Have that line in just off centre, you know, because that's a bit central. Maybe just off centre. Quite like that. I think it's you and Jerome, you both love a bit of crop time. I just like some of these flecks on the top of the tombstones. They look pretty cool. Yeah, because of that vertical feature here, I don't really think a wide crop will work. You know, it's just not quite there, is it? No, I think you would have to go 2 by 3 and then maybe a little bit from there, and then kind of crop in till that mark's not in the bloody centre. So you've got to go pretty wide, something like that, and just maybe do a bit of work out here. What I could maybe do is into Photoshop and mirror this kind of area over into this area, just so you haven't got that immense white bright area. Save on printing ink. That's what it would do. You know, it'd be way better than this one. Far too much ink to be dispelled in that one. So yeah, I think that's, yeah, we've got a few options there, which is all good. Yeah, the vertical stuff, Jerome. That's what it is. Stuff. That thing in the middle. Yeah. Always descriptive. Yeah, that thing, that stuff, that blob. There it is. Right then. Seeing as we've got 4 images there of varying quality. Some are better than others. I think I'm as a favourite, I'm radiating towards this one the most. And it is probably because of just that abstract blob of yellowy orange in amongst that. Don't like the brightness on here, but I can work on that behind the scenes to finish it off. So we'll see how that goes. Right, somebody would stop shouting outside. Lava plume. Could well be, Tomek, could well be. Right then, so we will get back to, where the bloody hell is it? There we are. It moves when you scroll. There'd be such a thing. So anyways, that's we'll call that a day for this evening's live stream. Please do remember to, if you're not subscribed to my newsletter, do go to my website, andrewsgray.photography. You can get the latest newsletter downloaded from there. It's all in PDF format, so it looks like a little e-zine. Try to put a little bit of effort into these things. Check out the podcast if you haven't seen it yet, or if you didn't know, if you come in late and didn't know about it, do check out that. It's aftertheclick.podbean.com, and once I've done another episode, that's when I'll probably make it available to your usual podcast providers, if there's any interest. you know me, I'll waffle on forever if I need to. But if the interest is there, I will continue to do it. So anyways, thank you very much all for coming along tonight, and thank you for your attendance and your support. We will definitely be, I presume we'll be back next week, because it'll be episode 99 next week. And whether episode 100 is the week after or a little bit after that, because I might have to do a little bit of preparation for it. There might be a little bit of a delay. There might be a week or so off whilst we wait for episode 100. So anyways, thank you very much for watching tonight. If you've enjoyed it, please do leave a like. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you. Good night. Until the next time. Keep hard. See ya.